interpreted to him, there'll be no doubt what Billy has in mind. And it looks like that may be taking place, will take place, on Saturday, February the 2nd. Billy Jack. That was taped in Texas. Oh, I'll tell you, Billy is definitely ready. After the beating that he took from Kendo Nagasaki with a kendo stick, he took a beating from Oliver. It was all, in fact, that was all part of that same match. If you were watching, you know exactly what happened. You saw it. If you were here, well, you really saw it, because there was action that went on outside the ring that we didn't see on television. So, Billy is loaded for bear. He's ready. So is Tommy Prichard. Wow. Tommy Prichard and the Cuban. The Cuban can't get a hold of Tommy. Look at the Cuban's nose is bleeding. Yeah, the Cuban's nose is bleeding. He lost that second fall. Well, Tommy must have had a nose lock on him or something. Tommy's got some blood on him, but I think that's from the Cuban. Side headlock applied by the Cuban Assassin on Tommy Prichard. Cuban is tough. He's physically strong, and he's so cagey, so sly. Tommy Prichard trying to power out of that side headlock. Powering out. Look at that. I don't think the Cuban's going to be able to hold him. Tommy Prichard powering out. The Cuban, I don't think is going to have any place. The Cuban coming back. Yeah, this is kind of like an arm wrestling match. Looks like the Cuban may have the leverage now on Tommy. Here comes Tommy. Look at that. That is sheer brute strength. The Cuban trying to power back. Tommy trying to keep the advantage. Now look at the Cuban now coming back. Keeps going one way, now the other. Somebody is going to end up on the mat. Tommy Prichard trying desperately to power his way back. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the strength in Tommy's back, in his arms. Powering out of there. Look at that. Look at that. The Cuban is shaking. He's down. Oh. Well, the USA won that test of strength. Tommy Prichard in control over the Cuban Assassin. Sandy Barr on all fours, keeping an eye on the action. Oh, you could feel the electricity here. You could absolutely feel it. The people, the crowd here, they were felt like everybody was in that ring trying to help Tommy with that strength match. In fact, that tired me out just watching that. It was good to see Billy Jack back on the on tape, even if it was on tape. This is a pretty good picture we got of Billy too. That's from he won the award last year for the most improved wrestler of the year from Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. Here we go again now. There's another one. Same hold. Same situation now. Both men on their feet. Cuban powering down. Tommy Prichard trying to prevent that, but now he's got Tommy bent. He's got Tommy bent backwards. I don't think Tommy's going to be getting out of this one. No, there goes Tommy, head first down. Look at Tommy Prichard. Oh, mercy. That takes a whole lot of work out in the gym, my friend, to be able to do the things that Tommy's doing right there. He just bridged himself and powered back. Now, this has been the story of our second fall here. It's just been a test of strength. There we go, into the turnbuckle. Oh, the Cuban. He didn't go into the turnbuckle. He went into that iron post. He caught his shoulder in there. Yeah, he's gonna be stunned for a while. Fireman carry by Tommy Prichard to kneeling arm bar. Tommy's got that locked into a figure 4 on the Cuban. Well, the Cuban shoulder has got to be smarting right now. He caught that iron post with the shoulder. Went right between the ropes. Oh, he brought the knee up. The Cuban brought his knee up, caught Tommy. There's a forearm smash across the back of the neck. Cuban Assassin is hurting. You can see that. He's bleeding from the nose. There's a knee right into the side of the face. There he's going outside. Yeah, oh my word. Tommy went outside, landed on the concrete. It's hard to tell how close he came to that first row. Cuban Assassin using this time to recover a little bit. Here comes Tommy, trying to crawl back into the ring. He just took a hard fall outside the rope. Outside the ring, there's a headbutt by the Cuban. Tommy went back outside. I think the Cuban hurt his own head. He did. He's just kneeling over here in the corner. The Cuban hurt his own head. Now, the clock is going to become a factor here. We've got about 6 minutes left in our main event. We're all even at 1 fall apiece. Cuban Assassin going to suplex Tommy back in. There it is. Now he's going for the pin. 1, 2, and Tommy kicks out. Looks like Tommy's got a bandage on his left ear from an injury sustained earlier this week, obviously. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes, coming off the ropes. No, he just clotheslined Tommy Prichard. Just clotheslined him. Tommy laying out there. Is that going to be a pin? 1, 2, no sir. Tommy kicks out. Tommy Prichard kicking out. I'll tell you, that Cuban Assassin knows he's in there with a tiger right now, an American tiger. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes, coming off those ropes. Cuban misses, and Tommy doesn't. Tommy came off those ropes, nailed the Cuban. He's going to use the ropes, going to come off him again, and the Cuban moves out of the way, and Tommy lands face first on the mat. Tommy, you should have nailed him when you had him. Both men getting to their feet same time. There's a flying shoulder tackle by Tommy Prichard. Caught the Cuban right in the midsection. Tommy Prichard unloading a right hand. Another right hand. That turned the Cuban around. Cuban just caught Tommy. He's going to... right on the top of the rope. That could be a disqualification. I've seen a disqualification on that. But they're still going. There's a right hand by Tommy. Oh, an uppercut by Tommy. The Cuban backing off now. Asking for a little mercy. No mercy from Tommy Prichard. Tommy going to town. Side headlock. There's an overtime right in the ear. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Coming off the ropes. Back body drop. Yes, sir. Tommy Prichard. Arm drag. Tommy Prichard arm bar. Kneeling arm bar on the Cuban, and Cuban nailed Tommy right in the face. Tommy Prichard right back. Tommy going into the ropes. Shoulder tackle coming off. Going to use the other side. Oh, no. The Cuban was waiting for him, and he just... Tommy Prichard landed outside on the concrete. The Cuban's out there with him. Tommy's hurt. He's hurting. He hit that concrete hard. Into that metal post. Tommy was able to get his left hand up, but I don't think he was able to block much. He still caught his head. He caught his head right on that metal post. Now the Cuban's back in the ring after that damage. Tommy lying motionless out there on the concrete. He caught the side of his head right on that iron post. Meanwhile, Sandy Barr counting. Here comes the Cuban again. Now that'll break the count. Tommy is bleeding from his forehead. Another shot. Right. Tommy caught that right on top of the head going into that iron post. As far as I'm concerned, that should be a disqualification. The Cuban Assassin pretty proud of what he's doing there. To the man from Houston. Tommy Prichard, really, he's really in a bad way now. Bleeding from the top of the head, bleeding from the forehead. Here comes the Cuban. Nailed him again. He won't even let him back in the ring. He won't even let him come back in the ring. Meanwhile, time is really a factor. Time is going to be running out. Sandy Barr is still counting. He's counting. Tommy Prichard only has 20, the count of 20 to get back in the ring. Here comes the Cuban again. Now, every time he does that, of course, that breaks the count, but it also breaks Tommy's head. Here comes Tommy with a shoulder right in the breadbasket. That put the Cuban down right on his Havana. There's a kick. Tommy Prichard bleeding, but he's going to town. He's going to work. There's a mule kick, and the Cuban is outside. So is Tommy. He doesn't. Yeah, here we go. I thought he was going to shove him into the post, but he just wants him back in the ring. Right hand, right hand. Another one. Here comes an arm whip into the rope. Coming off. Oh, baby. He nailed the Cuban with that elbow coming off those ropes. Tommy staying right on him. Just pounding away. Throwing him back in the ring. The Cuban, he just wants... Where's Havana from here? He's heading back to the dressing room. The Cuban is going back. He's going back to the dressing room. Through the crowd. The crowd shouting at him. USA, USA. Yeah, he's going right back to the dressing room. He is. I can see it from here. He's opened the door. There he's back. Sandy, you might as well just go ahead and... As I said, he's got the 20. Tommy Prichard is the winner. Tommy Prichard has won our main event. The USA has been victorious over Cuba thanks to Tommy Prichard. We'll be back right after this.